Hi, Janine. Keep blazing.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I have Brian D. Redmond from Kandi and the Gang. Kandi and the Gang may be my new favorite show, and that says a lot because we're just coming off of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I don't know if you watch it, but that has exhausted me beyond. I can't believe it's been over, I think, 6 months since we even started that show or this season.
Right.
So I'm like so ready for this fresh energy. I just love your smile so much. I think I'm like, to be honest, I wasn't that excited about the show just because at the time I was like overwhelmed with everything that was going on in my life. But then it said it was airing, the premiere aired on March 6th, which is my birthday.
Oh, happy belated.
Thank you. But I was like, oh my gosh, my witchiness vibes are telling me that this is meant to be. And then after I watched the first show, I was like, okay. And then the second show, I was like, done. Stan.
Like, let's go.
So I know that you were there since the beginning at OLG when they first started 5 years ago, but then according to the show, you left for a little bit and then now you're back and that's what we're seeing. So
I walked out of the restaurant. Yeah.
You walked out. So there was a big, like, was there a big conflict?
Well, we had old management then. We had nobody bringing in like good structure. And the money was not matching up with the 6-7 roles that I was filling. And so it was just a lot going on from the kitchen to the front of the house to the management to utility, the people that help clean up. Like it just was a lot going on. The money was not matching up, overworked. And I just, got fed up that I remember that morning, I had 3 tables, I took their orders and everything. And this particular morning, they just wanted deviled eggs. And it took 40 minutes just to get deviled eggs going. And so I was like, all right, bye y'all.
40 minutes is a long time.
For eggs. And so that was my last straw. I was just, it was during that time, I would have anxiety going to work. Like, what's going to happen today, child?
Oh, no.
Like anything you can think of that would happen at the restaurant during that time would happen. Well, and you would still be surprised.
Well, we saw the electricity went out. That was insane.
Yeah, that would and
mortified.
And it's funny it happened that day, but that happened at least once or twice a month.
Oh, wow. Oh, Kandi. Well, I just love Kandi, so I'm still gonna support her. But so I'm guessing, is it the new management? Is that what brought you back, or was it the show?
It was the gratuity being added on.
Yeah, that
service fee, okay? Because we're more of like a tourist attraction. Because 90%, maybe 85-90% of our guests are from out of town. The Atlanta people that actually live here rarely come in.
Yeah,
I'm surprised when they come. Oh, you from here? And so they, it just, it's definitely. So a lot of people that come in town, I guess they don't know how to tip. Because back in the day, I mean, it wasn't even from lack of service. Sometimes it was because the food took an hour to come, hour and a half to come, or whatever. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
But they would have $150, $200 tab and leave a $5 bill on the table.
No.
Yeah. So that's what we were going through.
That's beyond rude. That's insulting.
It's tacky.
Very tacky. Very tacky. Not very graceful.
And so that's what we was dealing with. And then we have to deal with all the chaos at work. So, Kandi understands why. There's no hard feelings there. She understands why. I was like, honey, I got bills too.
Yeah. I totally understand. Well, so are you happy to be back?
I am ecstatic to be back. Like, I love it. Like, the changes that have been made have been phenomenal and wonderful. I don't work weekends anymore. I work the weekday. Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, after 5 years of not having a weekend off,
You need those weekends.
I want my life back.
Yeah.
And so now I just work weekdays, which actually work for me. Less chaos, less anxiety. So
Yes.
I'm like, okay, good.
No, that's fantastic. I love that. So do you think Philip coming in did help?
Now, yes. At first, like I said, I thought he was gonna be gone in 2 weeks or a month. And you coming in with all this energy and all this chest, and you about to be out of here.
His energy, I was taken aback and I wasn't even there. I mean, reliving it or watching it again, does it feel like, was it that intense or was it worse?
I actually like those type of people because they're a challenge for me to break, and I always
Yeah.
break them. So they're a challenge for me. My ex was like that. He was an asshole. He would act just like that. He was a police officer, so
Oh
I'm
boy.
very versed with, the narc.
I was gonna say Philip definitely has that like military type of style,
But he's
and
not. But he's not. I
he's
think it's
not.
just what he likes to give. I'm more personable.
Yeah.
Even if I did have to manage, they had to ask me to manage a couple of times. I always said no. I made more as a server or bartender.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, thank you. You're not calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning, asking me how many eggs you sold. Like, no.
How
So yeah,
many
it was a no
eggs?
for me.
So, what is your relationship with Philip? Because today's Friday. The last episode that aired on Sunday was the second episode where we left off with Philip saying to you, "I can terminate you," which was pretty intense.
I think that was like an advertisement or something, right? Of what's coming.
Yes, yes.
I don't think that has aired yet. We kind of had a tiff in that day. I remember because my style of working is different, and I'm so comfortable there. Like I said, it's home. If you ever see me sitting down on my phone chilling, just know it. Everything is good. I'm a Virgo. We take care of business first, pleasure later. And so I would make sure my tables would be good and they're eating. I'm not about to stand over their necks and watch them eat for the next 30
Right.
minutes. I'm gonna
Right.
go do my business. If I get sad again, I get sad. During that time, it was a slow season for us.
Mm.
And Philip just saw me sitting, and I was just like, this ain't STK or wherever you came from. Like, look, we do what we want to do. But I've always taken care of business.
So
Always.
are you on good terms with him now? Are you guys friends
Oh,
or
now, yes.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
okay. That's
Now,
good.
definitely. We see eye to eye. We see each other.
That's good because I mean he has come in with a lot of, like you said, energy, this specific type of energy, and even I
Yeah.
felt it. I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm a little
Yeah.
nervous here,
Right.
but but at the same time, when they showed him with Felipe, I was
Yeah.
like, I think this guy is a good guy. He just is coming
He
off
is.
in a work environment. He's definitely making it separate. But have you met
Right.
Felipe? Like, has
I
Philip hung out yet with the group?
No, he has not. And I have not met Felipe. He has not hung out with the group. Which
Oh,
is fine. We don't go out. We go out a lot, but then we don't as well. Like it just depends. Like Chandrika, she comes to my house all the time.
okay.
And we'll chill, watch TV and stuff like that. Torn will come over. I go to his house, or me and Torn to meet out, stuff like that. Don be in and off the road, with her dancing. And those are like my main boon coons. So
Yeah, I love your little group. Like you guys are just, I can feel the authenticity of your friendship. You guys just seem
right,
like you
yes.
have that, you feed off each other's energy, and I really like it. So
Yeah, we all met in orientation before we was ever even open. We were all in orientation. Down
oh,
one. Down one did
that's
our orientation. Yeah.
oh
And we had a
nice.
whole week where we read through the manual and didn't follow nothing in it.
See, that's when you like form those bonds. It's like you're like ride or dies. Your besties.
Definitely. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully we be like the show Friends and get $1 million episode.
Oh,
Wink, wink. Look.
I've already manifested a spinoff for Brian D. Redmond. Just saying.
Ooh.
I'm
Hopefully they don't
putting
call
that
me by
out
my
there.
whole. Hopefully they just do Brian. My whole name. I sound like Billy D. Williams. Like I don't know. But
I liked it. I didn't know the D was in there. And so when I saw it, I was
I
like,
would love my own show. That would be dope. But hey, baby steps.
yeah, baby steps for sure. So, question about Torn. It sounds like he's one of your besties, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship? Because I know you touched on it a little bit in your confessional where you look amazing, by the way. I just
Thank
love the fur tug and pull.
Yeah, so he has the tug mug. So we said we might as well make some money off of this. So
Yes.
we're about to make mugs and shirts, and it'd be for couples, gay, straight, whatever, non-binary. How you ever
Oh
say it?
I
And
love
this will be
that.
it. They will come in a set coming soon.
Oh my
And
gosh, I love that.
yeah, they're just
Oh,
clean, tug and pull.
that's a
Yeah.
nice mug too. It's like,
Did I just do a commercial? Who am
yeah,
I?
you did. You know what? I'm all about that. As a fellow entrepreneur, yes,
Yes.
work it. That's your job.
Yes. Yeah, many more coming. Many more coming.
So, you and Torn are besties.
Yes.
Can you just like, I know everyone's dying to know, just can you like tell us? We know about him. So like I know you have that big fur, but
Yeah, that was it right there. It's a monster, Jenny.
it's a monster. Oh my God, I'm dying to know.
More of a burrito. It's the third person in the room. It's a threesome.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. So, how about the other castmates? You said you're close with Dom, and she just
Yes,
recently on the show went out with Brandon. Are you
right.
also friends with Brandon? And
Me and Brandon are more like associates, co-workers. Like
okay,
outside of work, we don't,
right,
unless he comes with Dom. But other than
right.
that, it's my manager.
Is that weird to see your friend dating your manager?
Because I have before in the past, so it's like whatever.
Cool.
There's a whole family reunion in there with
I know
with
it's
everyone with
I'm
everything else.
I am loving it so much. Melvin is one of my other favorite. I mean, you're my favorite,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Who
Melvin seems
me?
so sweet. I just
Yes,
love
he is.
Melvin. Are you good friends with Melvin?
Yes, me and Melvin real cool. Like even with me starting my egg rolls, he was like, Brian, I got some ideas. Like, let me come by the house and show you some ideas. I want
Oh,
like, with
collaboration.
oxtails. Yeah.
Still? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
just
You know what? We got to get to, we're going to talk about the original soul roll in a minute,
oh
but
yes, we are, honey.
I have
Mark
some,
it off, honey.
yeah, I have some things I got to ask you about that. But before I move
Yeah.
on to that, what do you think about Patrick? Are you friends with him?
Me and Patrick are like stepbrothers. We're very cool, but he's much younger than me, so it's like okay,
Yeah, he
we
called
don't we
a,
don't really have a lot in common, but like he's a hustler. He's about his business. I love that he's fearless and he just does what, but he still got to grow up.
how old is
And
he?
he's 26, I believe.
Oh, because he said a 30-year-old woman was like an old lady, and I just was like dying because
Like
I
that
just
is
turned
right. Talking about his
40.
cougar, he kept saying that's his cougar. I'm like, boy, shut up. That is not a cougar.
30. Oh my gosh, that's so
4 years
funny.
older than you. Crazy.
Oh, Patrick, I think he's gonna be fun to watch. What about
Yeah.
Rashad? He's kind of new to the OLG family. I mean, he
Yeah.
came from Blaze, right? So
Correct.
are you friends with
And he,
Rashad? How's
oh yeah,
he
we are.
doing?
Yeah, that's like my little baby. He actually stayed with me for about 2 months,
No way.
and yeah, he was having problems at his apartment, so he stayed there for about 2 months, and then went on his curtsy way. But yeah,
Oh.
like we're very cool. But again, very 10 years younger than me. It's like I've done the spaces they're in. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So question, would you ever eat at a restaurant where the hostess has a piercing in her neck?
Most definitely, as long as it ain't bleeding or crusty looking.
I
She
just
ain't
had to
cooking the
I
look.
just had
She
to
ain't
ask.
cooking the food.
I just had to ask because Rashad said that and I was dying. How
Oh
about
yeah, he's just being petty.
how about Mama Joyce and the aunties? Are you close with
Oh,
them?
those
You
are my
seem like,
girls. Oh,
yeah,
definitely. Those are my golden girls. Me
yeah.
and Mama Joyce, we can stay on the phone an hour and a half, 2 hours. We just talk mess.
Oh,
We talk mess back and forth like a volleyball. Me and Aunt Nora, every time I see her, she holding my hand. Talk, hey, baby, yeah. She just
oh
hold
my
my hand.
gosh.
Bertha, we talk wherever we see each other, but me and Mama is
Oh,
closest.
that's so sweet. I was dying the Kim, she was like walking around like Muhammad Ali. I thought something was gonna
Oh yeah.
happen the last
No, she
episode.
wouldn't.
Have
But
you
she
ever
know we
seen
always gonna
them?
jump on her.
Have you ever seen them like actually go at it?
I've seen like little spats and words, but like nothing never like on that level.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely
That's
not
good.
physical. Like, no, you know, everybody gonna jump
Yeah.
her. Over I know her.
That's good. I will, oh my gosh, you're like reaffirming my love for this show already. I just like, I
Yeah.
feel like everything feels very genuine and you guys do
Oh,
feel
it is.
seem like you
We
love
can
each other.
Jenny, we can make this up. Like, even when I see it, I'm just like, what is going on? Like I felt like I was being punked sometimes.
Oh my gosh, too funny. That's awesome. Do you guys take a cast trip anywhere?
Not this season. They were trying to see if it hit. So I doubt they was about to
Oh,
spend extra money.
gotcha. Well, speaking of, cast trips, I often compare this. I don't know, have you ever watched other Bravo shows and
Yeah.
specifically Vanderpump Rules?
Yes, I have.
Okay, because
Yes.
I feel like Candy and the Gang is a newer and possibly better version of Vanderpump Rules, and that's how hard I'm standing. That's how like I'm gonna double down on this. I'm putting it on video. This is the new best show, and it's gonna be better than Vanderpump Rules.
Great. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yes. I can see the similarities though, because we're both restaurants, but we are really our own entity and we
Yes, for
actually are in
sure.
our own lane. And I love to be in my own lane because guess what? There's no traffic. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. So have you seen any other Bravo shows? Are you like a
Below Deck,
fan?
of
Below
course.
Deck?
I love Below Deck. I be
Oh my,
wanting, like, 'cause I cook as well. I be trying to cook what he like recreate what he do in the
oh
kitchen,
yes.
like sea bass and all of those meals would be so great. And I'll be messing
Which is
around with garnishments and all that kind of stuff.
oh nice. So which chef is your favorite so far?
What is his name? This the last one I saw. I want to say, what's it? Sean, or he has like the little goatee. And
Go
he cut his hand. He ended up cutting his hand in the kitchen that one episode.
was it Adam?
And they had to wrap his hand. It was
Was it Adam? Was it Chef Ben?
I'm horrible.
Ben
I'm horrible.
from
Huh?
England? Does he have a British accent?
No, he didn't have a British accent. But I know he cut his hand in that episode, and I was like, "Oh my god, how you gonna cook?"
Ooh, I don't
And,
know
and
now, but
he was dating the girl with the blonde hair too. She works on the boat with him.
which captain?
It was a woman.
Sandy Malia.
Hmm.
Oh, damn, I don't remember. I thought, shoot. You know who I really love though is Chef Rachel Hargrove. Have you watched her?
I probably have. I'm horrible with names.
She's like one of the only female chefs on Below Deck, and she was on with Captain Lee. And she, I
Okay.
think, was the best actual chef. Like, obviously, I didn't taste her food, but
Right,
that is
right.
one chef I
Mm,
would like go pay lots of money to try her food because there were never any complaints. Never.
right.
And that you
Wow. I
really see
love it.
that on charters, right?
Right. I can't wait till I get on one. I ain't never been on one.
I know. That's like, I'm already manifesting it for
Look,
all of
maybe
us.
one day.
One day for sure.
um,
So, what are your expectations of being on the show?
well, you Candy actually asked me this, the same thing the other day. She interviewed me for Speak on It. That'll be
Oh,
airing Sunday after the show at 10.
nice.
A whole hour. Oh my good. It was so like, oh, mind blowing.
Oh, I'm excited.
um, but she asked me that too, and I said, you know what? I've always been an entertainer. Of course, you know, dealing with drugs and alcohol, I lost some years. It's time just completely wasted. and I had lost my joy for all of that. But definitely want to get back into my stand-up comedy. I told Kandi I want to do my music, of course. I'd also sing.
Love all of
Yes.
this.
I told her, I said, and she was like, well, just speak it, whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, I think big. I said, I want to host SNL. I want my own stand-up comedy special on
Yes.
Netflix. I told her I want my own talk show and my own reality show. Yeah, like
Yes.
why not? Why not?
Yes. I agree
I think
with
I got
Kandi.
I think I have another 80 some years on this earth.
There.
I think I have time to do it. Like, I'm
I
trying to be
think
the
you
next
do.
Betty White. Hello?
I don't even think we're
I
gonna have to
love
wait that
Betty.
long. I don't think we're gonna have to wait that long for you. I think you're going in big places, and that's why
Aw.
I keep saying I'm a stan already. But
Aw. Thank you,
so
Jenny.
what are your plans, after the show? What are you currently working on? I know you mentioned Original Soul Roll. I'm
Right.
dying to know.
So
Tell me
with
the
that
story
restaurant,
about Soul
hopefully
Roll.
that restaurant. Okay, so how that started, like I said, I was in a very dark place, very, very dark place, to where I'm talking about where you just not motivated to do anything at all.
Mhm.
You just don't want to do anything. And a friend came to me and was like, "Oh, DoorDash and Grubhub, they're letting you do ghost kitchens now. You should just cook, make some quick money, whatever like that." So I started buying stuff, and at first I was doing soul food plates.
Okay.
But I got bored after maybe 2 weeks of that. I got so bored with that, Jenny, because I was like, I've been working at a place for 4 years, and that's all we did was soul food plates. So I noticed that with my sales, I had mac and cheese, egg rolls, and collard green egg rolls, and then the mixture of the both.
Mhm.
And I noticed those outsold everything. They outsold my chicken plates. They outsold my
Mhm.
wings. They outsold everything. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make my own niche and just do everything, all soul rolls, everything.
I love
So
this.
all those plates I turned into soul rolls. So buffalo chicken, baked chicken with collard greens and cheese mix, salmon, shrimp. Then I have the cheesecake rolls, peach cobbler rolls, apple pie
Oh,
rolls. Yeah,
oh. So
yeah.
you
So
got
that's
sweet and savory.
exactly. So
Oh,
I
I
call
love
the sweet
that.
ones I call my dessert rolls,
Right, right. I love
and
that.
I have my own signature sauce. I call it the soul sauce.
Ooh.
And it really goes with everything, honey. You can eat that with shoelaces. Okay, it's so good.
That's
And
so funny.
and then I just started my Philly cheesesteak one, pastrami, like a
Mhm.
whole host of them. Actually, I'm having a watch party here at the house this Sunday, and I'm actually going to feature about 7 or 8 of them
Oh my gosh,
for
are you
all
gonna
the.
go live on IG or anything?
I made actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Jenny. I need help. I'm so horrible with social media. I'm horrible with it.
Oh my gosh, you
Like
want my help?
I'm in help in general. Anybody out there?
Well,
Because
I do like to ask for interns. So if you would like to put in a formal request to our listeners, here's your
oh,
chance.
really and truly, yes. I would definitely like help with my social media. I have a lot of friends that we go out to eat or something. They're the friend. Hi, my plate just came. No one touch. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
Oh no, I
I'm
don't like
I'm a
that.
person. I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I live in the moment. When the
Yes.
cameras are
I
off, the cameras, honey, are off.
I
And so
agree. Yeah.
I'm not that. I live in the moment. I have the memory
Yes.
forever. I'm not that friend that, but Kandi like that. She quick draw.
Mhm.
Kandi be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I'll be like, how do you do it? Like I don't be thinking about my phone in those
Yeah.
moments.
No,
But
I
everybody's
know.
different, to each his own. But I definitely need help with posting because, even the stuff that's on my page, that's just because friends were around me, like, Brian, you should get this. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's a lot especially
It's
these
a
days.
lot.
Everyone has a phone now. Everyone is an artist
Yeah.
now. And like, it's very accessible. So,
Yeah.
but, as you grow, as your empire grows, at
Right.
one point, well, now you can have interns. I'm sure. I mean,
Right.
if I was a student, again, back in the day, I know I look really young, but it was like 20 years ago. If I was
Okay.
a student again, I would totally, I mean, that would be an amazing internship to work for an entrepreneur who is trying to start a business from the ground up by himself and is also on a show, has a watch party going on, like you're doing things. So Absolutely. You need
So you
to,
just gave me a whole nother perspective.
oh my gosh, really? I'm like,
No,
that's all
I
I
really,
see.
my mind is like, I'm like, laser focused on something. It's like, I don't see anything else. And I
Yeah.
complete that, go to the next thing.
Yeah.
All I call it the fat on the meat. I don't really be thinking about that part. But that's why you have to have a team, which I don't have yet, but it's coming. It's on the
Someday
way.
you will though. Yeah. And you can hire a project manager to help you stay on task for all your projects.
Right.
And you're just going to keep growing. And I just know you're going to do amazing things. But where can we
Thank
all
you.
get some original soul rolls?
But right now, it would have to just be like when I have like watch parties or things like that. Well, obviously I'm not selling them this Sunday, but hopefully a food truck as well.
Ooh, a food truck would be so fun.
Yeah.
I was
Mm-hmm.
wondering though, because I'm all the way in upstate New York. So I don't get
Okay.
down to Atlanta all the time. But if I fall in love with your original soul roll,
And you will.
can I get it like frozen or something? Like,
That's what oh
can
my
we get you
goodness.
across the country and
Jenny's gonna have to
Nash?
join the team. We actually did talk about doing putting them on the frozen now as well, like Walmart, Publix, Target,
Yes.
Rouse, whatever you guys have. So yeah, definitely been talked about, and
Love it.
bottling up the soul sauce, making it
Yes.
also a marinade. Like so, yeah, definitely.
If you need to add an Asian flavor egg roll collection, I may be able to
Yeah.
help you with that.
Okay then.
My mother is full Korean. She used to
Really?
make egg rolls like by the thousands with her church.
Wow.
They would
So
just
what did she pre-make them first and then fry them later?
um yes, yeah. So
Okay.
they would buy these packages of dough that are like
Yeah.
stacked up, and then I
Yeah.
think they would like put it in like egg yolk or whatever, and they had like some
Uh-huh.
seasonings, and then they made like the filling would be like pork meat,
Uh-huh.
scallions, garlic, just like a mix of deliciousness. And then
Yeah.
put that in, roll them up. And also she would do it with dumplings too. So they would do like a bunch of dumplings,
Okay.
and then they would also do egg rolls. And then once they rolled it up, the egg would like, seal it. And then they would like
Fill it
stack them
right.
up and just pack them up and
And
freeze
go
them.
ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so then when they would
But see, I have
go,
so many different flavors, it's hard to gauge who's gonna get what. So, but it
yeah.
takes no time to roll. It takes maybe 10 seconds or less to roll them, fry them 3 to 5 minutes on 400.
Yeah.
Boom,
Yeah, they
boom.
used to set up so I'm talking about like in the 80s and early
Okay.
90s, okay, when I was a kid. Like they used to set up at church and have like a little deep fryer or like a couple of them, and
Uh-huh.
just throw them in, deep fry it,
Yeah.
and then they would sell it at like school functions or like, church functions,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So yeah, there's so much. I'm excited about your business. I'm an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, so I'm super excited
Yeah.
about,
And it's so
growing. And
easy. It's so easy
well,
to
it's
make.
hard, but oh, the egg rolls, yeah. Entrepreneurship
Yeah.
is
Oh, it's
easy
very
and
hard.
hard, but
Yeah.
it's easy and hard in all the best ways. The easy part
Yes.
is you're passionate about something you love, you're enjoying it, and then the
Yeah.
hard part is learning new things that make you a better person
Yeah, definitely.
and a stronger
Yes.
person. I have a very deep, dark confession that
Uh-oh.
I'm scared to tell you, but I never watch Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Never?
I know Kandi already
Uh-huh.
from Escape, her group,
Right.
because I was like 11 when Understanding came out, and Kick Off Your
Mm-hmm.
Shoes or Kick Off Your Kick
Yeah,
Off Your
kick off
Shoes.
your shoes and
What was the
relax.
other one that I loved? But yeah,
Understanding.
what I
Yeah.
need from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah.
So I already knew Kandi from that, and but something
But you
in
never watched The Housewives?
I did. I watched season one, but something in that time in my life, and like I've gone through some dark times too. Like I think
Yes.
I was drinking too much at that time, but
Right.
something in season one triggered me where I was just so turned off. Something between the fight between Nene and Kim. I was just like, I cannot deal with this. And I don't know, it triggered
Yes.
me. And I was like, I cannot watch this anymore. But I do want to go back because I know, like, I know what's happened throughout the years, and I know, Candy's like everyone loves Candy.
And it's funny, somebody else said that to me online, and they were like, I was on the fence about watching the show just because she was like, I like drama, but she was like, does it always have to be negative? She said, but when I saw you, I was sold, and I'm watching the entire season, and that goes to show you. I think after going through a decade or more of the shade of it all, the negativity, I think people are kind of like, especially after going through a time in the world where it's been so ugly. We need a
Yes.
breath of fresh. We need a breath of fresh air. We need to smile again. And
Yes.
so
Absolutely.
I think that's what this show is definitely going to bring Kandi in the game because I think we have so much other stuff going on. We have so many other talents. We don't have to just lean on arguing.
I agree with that.
We have other gifts and talents that we can bring to the table that are just as, if not more, entertaining. Hello.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. And that was kind of a fear of mine at first because I was like, oh no, is this going to be another Vanderpump and like people are hitting each other or whatever? Like, immediately I knew that was not the case. And I was like, thank God, this is such a breath of fresh air. I loved your story, sharing, the struggles of, not drinking anymore. I can relate to that. I'm sure plenty of people can relate to that. And
especially after the pandemic.
Yes. And it needs to be more normalized because a lot of, over the years, we've seen a lot of people just getting like so drunk on TV and it's clearly a problem, but no one's saying anything because it's entertaining.
No one's saying anything. Right.
Yeah. And so I like that you're bringing light that, you can be sober and have fun and be, a good person.
And that's another thing, going on into the show, I almost didn't even do the show because it's been a 4-year journey. I had really had a big thing, not so much a fight with them, but I was like, I had kind of heard about some things or people getting your ear about certain things, and I just had no trust for TV world at all.
Right.
I was just like, oh, okay, this is a bunch of BS. Like, I'm already going through a whole lot.
Yeah.
Do not drive me down the chimney.
No.
And so, but anyway, we rectified all that and cleared all that up. And I was really just so fearful and terrified, believe it or not. I was terrified of the unknown, especially in the vulnerable place that I was in. I just didn't want to be a circus act.
Right. No, I totally understand that.
And so now, this whole process has been therapy for me. I talked about things I would have never talked about, and it would have just swept it under the rug, and it probably would have came out negatively in other areas of my life, and I'm not even knowing about it because I'm so used to just not talking about it. And when you hold that stuff in, Jenny, it's over with. It's like it's overkill. You can't hold that stuff in. So it definitely was my saving grace. But what they didn't know, no one knew that I was also on drugs really bad.
Before the show?
During they just before the show, years before.
Not during the show, right?
Not during, not during. No, right before, maybe I stopped doing drugs May of 2020. So obviously that was a couple years ago almost.
Is it okay if I ask you which drugs?
Oh, of course. I'm an open book. Cocaine.
Okay.
And then I switched from cocaine to meth. And then I heard that meth mess up your teeth and skin. So I said, I can't do that. So I switched over to So I only stayed on that for like literally very short time. And then I went to Adderall. Because Adderall gave me a similar high. Because if you ever, I don't know why they're giving kids that, but of course I abused it. But they're giving kids Adderall. Adderall comes up in your blood as synthetic meth. People don't even know that. It comes up as synthetic meth.
I take Adderall.
Yeah.
I mean,
I abuse. I'm talking about 4 or 5 pills a day.
Oh no,
I was taking 30s and 40s, and I was just a mess.
No way. Oh my God, I would be too scared to do that.
But see, that's why I drank a lot more because your tolerance for drinking goes through the roof. So, a normal person, they drink 1 drink, 2 drinks, they're good. I mean, on those drugs, honey, you can drink, it takes you about 8, 9 drinks to feel the same way too would to a normal person. So now my tolerance is through the roof. So they just think I drink all day. That's all I'm doing. I'm like, girl, I don't know the half of it.
You know what? I had a similar situation happen to me as well. Or I was at that place as well, and nobody really knew. And it actually wasn't until I started to medicate with cannabis instead. That
Yeah.
helped me get off of everything. I used to
Really?
take Xanax, I used to take Ambien, I used to take,
Uh-huh.
well, so
Ooh, Ambien was the worst one.
I am back on Adderall now and
Right.
Xanax, but that's I only did that after I had a stillbirth, like I had a loss.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm
Oh, sorry.
still, yeah, I'm still trying to
Yeah.
like get back to that place. But at one point I was only using cannabis. And that's where the advocacy
Wow.
came up, because I was like, this actually, I feel like did really save my life,
Helped you.
because, you know, there are like some small side effects, my mouth
Right.
gets dry, I get
Right.
sleepy
The cotton mouth.
sometimes. But at the end of the day, for me personally, it helps me. Like I start my day
Yeah.
doing that, then I do yoga, I meditate, like it's part of my wellness routine, and it's really helped me stay away from, drugs and alcohol. So
Yeah, definitely. Like I had told Kandi, I was like, and I made it clear. I don't know if they're gonna really show it during the season, but I always made it very clear. Like I didn't want anybody to see me out, be like, uh-oh, but I still do drink wine. But that's after me stopping everything for an
yeah,
allotted amount of time. But I drink like a normal person. I can have 2 or 3
yes,
glasses and take my butt home, and I'm
yeah,
good.
yeah.
And
So
I don't have blackouts no more. You know, you've never had to carry me out, but I'm not that guy anymore.
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And that's what, like, I actually am gonna have in a couple weeks on March 20, oh, next week, I have an author who wrote, he's an addiction specialist, and
Hmm.
I think there is like a gray area where people don't
Yeah,
understand, like you could be recovering, but then also still like live a normal life. And some people say like, no,
exactly. No, you
you
have to
can
stop
never do it again.
everything.
Yeah.
And
So there,
I told
yeah.
somebody, I said, one size does not fit all in this. It's a whole
Yes.
spectrum.
Yes.
Some
Yes.
people do have to stop everything.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I just knew my life went off the rails when I started doing drugs. But before that, I drank like a normal person. It wasn't until I started doing drugs that everything just went haywire.
Yeah.
And it took me 2 years for my body to even get back to normal chemically
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
all those hard drugs. I did it for at least for 5, 6 years straight. And so
Wow.
really did some damage.
I understand. Yeah, no, I totally understand. Well, we're running out of time, and I respect your
Okay.
time, so I don't want
Oh,
to
that's
like
phenomenal.
keep you
Great. Let me
too
know.
long. And I appreciate you coming on to my show. This is such an honor because I am
Oh, thank
such a
you.
huge fan already. I
Oh,
barely know you and already feel that you have such a good soul and energy.
thank
And I'm
you.
super excited to see, where your career is going to take off from here, because I see so many great things for you.
Uh,
And I hope that we can still connect after this to,
Definitely.
just for like entrepreneurship or whatever.
With me and my sister, we're doing purple kissing company. So that's gonna be makeup, nails, nail polish,
Yeah.
hair.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so we're
Yes.
working on that.
You,
Hopefully we get a
yeah,
season. Hopefully we get a season 2 and I can introduce
I
you
think you
then.
will. I think you will. So before we go, why don't you just tell everyone where we can find you? Do you have a
Okay.
website?
I am on Instagram, of course, at The Brian Show, ThaBrianShow. Facebook, of course, Brian Redmond, Redmond. That's all for now. My
And
email is the
Kandi and
Brian,
the Gang
of
every
course, Kandi and
Sunday.
Gang every Sunday. um, for the next 8 more episodes or more if they add more, but
I hope
every
they do.
Sunday, I know every Sunday, 9, 8 Central on Brava.
Yeah.